In early 2003, Wall Street was abuzz with rumors of a mysterious trading prodigy. A man named Andrew Carlssin, who had come out of nowhere, seemed to possess an uncanny ability to predict the rise and fall of stocks. His investments consistently yielded staggering returns far beyond what any seasoned trader would reasonably expect. He rapidly amassed a fortune in mere weeks, drawing attention from government officials who suspected insider trading. However, when Andrew was finally apprehended and questioned, he offered an explanation that would baffle authorities and leave a lasting imprint on the lore of financial and time travel conspiracy theories. Andrew Carlssin's trading spree started modestly but grew exponentially over a short period of time. In January of 2003, a previously unknown investor with minimal recorded transactions started making increasingly high-stakes trades. What drew attention was not only the frequency of his transactions, but the accuracy of his predictions. Over a 2-week period, Andrew turned an initial investment of $800 into a portfolio worth over $350 million. On Wall Street, profits of this magnitude in such a short time frame were unheard of. Even the most adept traders could not predict the fluctuations of the market with such precision, especially during a volatile period. Andrew's investments spanned sectors and companies targeting stock options that rose in value at exactly the right moments. It was as if he could see into the future, buying shares just before they spiked and selling just before they plummeted. At first, Wall Street was in awe, treating Carlssin as some kind of financial wizard who had cracked the ultimate code to the stock market. However, it wasn't long before authorities at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission took notice. The SEC suspected insider trading. It was the only reasonable explanation for such unlikely and consistent success. The fact that Andrew had a previously non-existent track record and yet possessed apparent insider knowledge about numerous companies only fueled suspicions. By early March, the SEC arranged for Carlssin's arrest. When the SEC agents confronted Carlssin, they expected resistance, or at the very least, a clever defense. Instead, what they received was an explanation that left them speechless. Rather than denying the allegations, Andrew claimed to be from the year 2256. He explained that he had traveled back in time and had used his knowledge of historical stock fluctuations to amass a fortune. The SEC agents initially dismissed his claim, assuming that he was attempting an elaborate deception. However, Carlssin continued with remarkable confidence, describing details of life in the future and the advancements that had yet to come. He explained that in his time travel technology was a reality, and that the details of stock prices from earlier centuries were readily accessible in future databases. Carlssin's story became even more bizarre as he divulged further details about his alleged journey through time. He explained that he had intended to blend in and avoid drawing attention, but his desire to capitalize on the past had led him to take risks. At first, he claimed he made modest investments hoping to build a portfolio without attracting suspicion. But the temptation of rapidly amassing wealth was too great. He had been unable to resist the lure of fortune and had made a series of trades that quickly escalated his profits. Intrigued, the agents continued to press Carlssin, testing the boundaries of his story. Andrew maintained his tale of being a time traveler, offering information about future events, including significant developments in science and medicine. According to one report, he even promised the agents a cure for AIDS if they agreed to release him and allow him to return to his own time. Yet despite the fantastical nature of his claims, Carlssin reportedly provided details about several events that hadn't yet occurred. These included minor but uncanny predictions about market shifts that eventually proved accurate, further baffling all those involved. Over the course of multiple interrogations, Andrew remained consistent in his story, never wavering from his claim to be a time traveler stranded in an unfamiliar era. Carlssin allegedly made a deal with the SEC, offering to reveal even more secrets about the future in exchange for leniency. He promised that he could help them foresee changes in the market, avoid economic pitfalls, and even aid in advancing technology by providing information about future inventions. The agents, of course, were skeptical. Although he had demonstrated an inexplicable ability to predict short-term market trends, the notion of him possessing knowledge from centuries in the future was beyond belief. The SEC found themselves in an unusual predicament. Despite their best efforts to find evidence of insider trading, they were unable to trace any connections or contacts that might have provided Carlssin with insider information. His background check came up nearly blank. It was as if he had just appeared out of nowhere. The financial transactions themselves showed no signs of foul play or illegal activity beyond the improbability of his gains. This only deepened the mystery, leaving the authorities with no choice but to consider his offer, albeit with extreme caution. Carlssin, meanwhile, continued to insist on his origins, claiming that he wished only to return to his time. He stated that he had no intention of disrupting the course of history, but had acted out of a desire to experience the past firsthand. To him, the stock market had simply been an interesting challenge, a way to explore an era of financial turbulence with the knowledge that he could navigate it successfully. While the SEC officials deliberated on how to handle the case, Andrew Carlssin remained under close watch. They questioned him frequently, hoping to uncover a flaw in his narrative. Yet his story remained unyielding. He insisted that his motives were purely personal and that he had no interest in altering history beyond his financial exploits. And then, without warning, Carlssin vanished. According to reports, he was set for a court appearance but failed to show. A search of his residence yielded nothing. It was as if he had simply disappeared. The case was quickly closed and no public records or official statements were released. However, rumors spread, with some claiming that Carlssin had been taken by a covert government agency, while others speculated that he had indeed returned to his own time. Some claimed that Carlssin was part of a government experiment, testing the possibilities of time travel or advanced predictive technologies. Others believe that he genuinely was a time traveler who escaped before revealing too much. The story of Andrew Carlssin has become a point of fascination for time travel enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. Some suggest that his knowledge of the market was the result of advanced technology, either through a supercomputer capable of processing historical data or an algorithm with unprecedented accuracy. Others believe that he may have accessed classified information, leading him to predict trends that baffled ordinary investors. Skeptics argue that the story is likely a fabrication, citing a lack of solid evidence and the improbability of time travel. They suggest that Carlssin may have been an exceptionally skilled investor, or perhaps someone with access to insider information who hid it very well. Some researchers have even suggested that Carlssin may have been a fabricated identity used by an intelligence agency as part of an elaborate sting operation, though the purpose of which is still unclear. As with many stories that straddle the line between conspiracy and folklore, the tale of Andrew Carlssin has taken on a life of its own. Despite the skepticism, Carlssin's story has inspired numerous discussions on the possibilities of time travel and its ethical implications. If time travel were indeed possible, what impact would such knowledge have on historical events? The implications of time travelers using future knowledge to alter financial markets, influence politics, or even shape technological advancements are staggering. The allure of Carlssin's story lies in its simplicity. A single man with an unusual gift, using it for personal gain, and becoming ensnared in the intrigue of his own time. For those who believe, Carlssin represents a tantalizing glimpse into a future yet to unfold. A man out of time whose motivations and ultimate fate remain unknown. And even for skeptics, his story stands as a powerful myth, a cautionary tale of ambition, mystery, and the endless fascination humanity holds for the concept of traveling through time.